Imagine pulling a phone out of your pocket and instead of tapping on a glass screen, you actually start typing on real keys. Not a touchscreen keyboard, not some accessory case, but an actual physical keyboard built right into the phone. It sounds like something straight out of 2012, right? But what if I told you a brand new smartphone in 2026 is bringing that experience back and somehow making it feel modern again? This is the Titan 2 Elite, a tiny Android smartphone with a full physical keyboard. And honestly, it might be one of the most unique phones announced this year. Before we dive into everything this phone can do, make sure you hit subscribe and drop a like if you enjoy discovering unusual tech like this, because I cover the coolest gadgets that most people completely miss. So here's the thing. For years, smartphones have basically looked the same. Big slab of glass on the front, cameras on the back, maybe a slightly different design every year. But there was a time when phones had personality. And the biggest symbol of that era was the physical keyboard made famous by those classic BlackBerry devices. If you ever used one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The feeling of typing on real buttons was fast, accurate, and honestly addictive. Then touchscreens took over and that entire experience basically disappeared overnight. Well, now a company called Unihertz decided to bring that idea back with a modern twist, and the result is this tiny but surprisingly powerful device called the Titan 2 Elite. The first thing you notice about this phone is its size. It is compact, like really compact. Instead of those giant 6 or 7-inch displays we see everywhere today, this phone has a small 4.03-inch AMOLED screen. But do not let that number fool you. The display still runs at a sharp 1080 by 1200 resolution, and it even supports a smooth 120 Hz refresh rate. That means scrolling through apps, websites, and social media still feels incredibly fluid, even though the screen itself is much smaller than what you might be used to. Now, of course, the reason the screen is smaller is because half the phone is taken up by the star of the show, the keyboard. A full QWERTY layout sitting right under the display. And this is not just a gimmick. The keys actually feel tactile and responsive, very similar to classic BlackBerry phones like the Curve series. If you love typing long messages, emails, or notes, this kind of keyboard can be way faster than tapping on glass. But here's where things get really interesting. The keyboard is not just for typing. It is also capacitive, which means it can detect touch gestures just like a trackpad. So imagine sliding your thumb across the keyboard and the page on the screen starts scrolling. Up, down, through websites, through menus, through social feeds. It basically turns the keyboard into a navigation surface. And that is actually genius, because it solves the biggest problem of physical keyboard phones, which is that your thumbs usually block the display while scrolling. Instead of touching the screen, you just swipe across the keys and the content moves. And there's another trick here that makes the phone even more interesting. You can actually split the keyboard behavior so one side scrolls the page while the other side moves the cursor like a mouse pointer. Then when you tap the key, it clicks the cursor. That means you can navigate Android almost like you're using a tiny laptop. It is a very unusual experience, but once you understand it, it starts to make a lot of sense. Quick pause for a second. If you're enjoying this deep dive into unusual tech like this, hit that like button and subscribe, because it really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you videos about the most interesting gadgets out there. Now, beyond the keyboard gimmick, the Titan 2 Elite is actually a pretty capable smartphone. Under the hood, it is powered by MediaTek Dimensity processors, either the Dimensity 7400 or the more powerful Dimensity 8400, depending on the model. That means performance should be more than enough for everyday apps, messaging, productivity, and even some gaming. The demo models that people tested had 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is honestly impressive for such a small device. Storage is also surprisingly generous. The phone comes with 256 gigabytes built in, and it even supports expandable storage up to 2 terabytes using a micro SD card. That is the kind of flexibility we rarely see in modern smartphones anymore. So if you're someone who stores a lot of photos, videos, or offline files, that extra space could be a huge advantage. Speaking of photos, the Titan 2 Elite is not skipping out on cameras either. On the back, you get two 50-megapixel cameras, and on the front, there's a 32-megapixel selfie camera. Now, this probably will not compete with flagship camera systems from companies like Apple or Samsung, but for a niche device focused on productivity and typing, those camera specs are actually pretty solid. Another thing I really like is the battery. Somehow they managed to fit a 4,050 milliamp hour battery inside this compact body. That might not sound massive compared to giant phones today, but because the screen is smaller, it could actually deliver very respectable battery life. And that matters a lot for the type of user this phone is targeting. The Titan 2 Elite is also surprisingly flexible when it comes to connectivity. It supports two physical SIM cards plus an additional eSIM. That means travelers or people who manage multiple numbers can easily switch networks without carrying multiple devices. It also launches with Android 16 and promises about 5 years of software and security updates, which is honestly impressive support for a smaller brand. And here's a feature that productivity fans will absolutely love. Every single key on the keyboard can be assigned as a shortcut. Long press a key and it launches a specific app. So imagine pressing Y to open YouTube instantly, or pressing M to jump straight into your messaging app. With over 26 possible shortcuts, plus a programmable side button, you could basically turn this phone into a lightning fast productivity tool. Design-wise, the phone definitely stands out. It is thicker than most modern smartphones, but that actually helps with grip. When you hold it with both hands, it sits comfortably in your palms, which makes typing feel natural. The device comes in classic black, but also a bold orange color that honestly looks pretty cool and gives it a bit of personality compared to the usual gray and silver phones we see everywhere. Now, let us be real for a moment. This phone is not meant to replace the typical flagship smartphone for most people. If you're someone who watches a lot of videos, plays heavy games, or spends hours scrolling through social media, a bigger screen device will probably make more sense. But for a very specific group of users, this phone might actually be perfect. Think about writers, journalists, developers, business professionals, or anyone who sends a lot of emails and messages throughout the day. Having a real keyboard again could actually change how you use your phone. Instead of fighting with autocorrect and tiny touchscreen buttons, you can type quickly and accurately, just like you would on a computer. And honestly, there's also something emotional about it. Technology moves so fast that we sometimes forget how great some older ideas were. Physical keyboards were not just functional. They made phones feel personal. They had texture, feedback, character. The Titan 2 Elite brings that feeling back, but wraps it in modern hardware and modern Android software. The phone is expected to launch through a crowdfunding campaign soon, which means pricing has not been officially confirmed yet. But if the final product delivers the same experience people saw in early demos, this could easily become one of the most interesting niche smartphones of the year. So the big question is this: in a world where every smartphone looks almost identical, is bringing back a physical keyboard actually the innovation we did not realize we needed? Personally, I love seeing companies experiment with designs like this because it reminds us that smartphones do not always have to follow the same formula. But now I want to hear from you. Would you actually use a smartphone with a physical keyboard again? Or are touchscreens just too convenient at this point? Let me know down in the comments because I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into unique smartphones and upcoming tech, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.